Figured while I got the wire, I might as well use it. You don't need putting no zip tie on this end. Good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. We are making the other half of our trellis system for the English peas out of cattle panels. This here took forever for us to do it, and I'm just not sure, without coming back putting something else in here, if this how heavy them's going to be or how tall they're going to get. This is the system we've always used right here, and it has worked out really good. When we get through this fall, we've already bought the cattle panels, and that way we just take them up and we reuse. This is like the 4th year I think we've used these.
No, we've had cattle panels about 6 years.
Has it been 6 years? I mean, it's been a long time.
Those are about 6 years old.
So, and they don't ever go away because we don't let them get on the ground. They're up off the ground and we're zip tying them. So it's really a faster system for us. We're going to try the other system just to see how it does. We have nothing to lose, I mean, you know, by trying it. But we are going to continue to try this system here back out because we know this one works. We just didn't want to put all of our eggs in one basket this year. We're going to go back to what we know works, because this, you just come through and snip the zip ties like we got the forks holding on to it. You snip the zip ties, take the forks, pick them up, walk out of the field with them, you know.
The biggest problem is taking all the vines off, and it takes a few minutes to do that.
Takes a few minutes to do that, but it's not a lot. We've been having to wait for the ground to dry up enough for us to get in here, because you can see it. I flat broke this field this past fall, and then the field was on a slant going down a hill just a little bit, and all the water was constantly washing across it. So I came in with a big turn plow, and I made this field into a bowl like this. And I let it sit all winter like that, and then I came back in and started throwing the dirt back to the middle, and I laid the rows off now where they hold water from one end to the other, and they drain out that end down yonder if they get to be, before it runs over the row, it runs down that end right yonder. So I now have the rows where they hold water. I chisel plowed the ground, or I guess you'd call it chisel plowed. I broke it down about 12, 13 inches deep with the chisel plows going through here. That way the water soaks into the ground. We have no more water running off like we used to have. It all just, when it hits the ground, it soaks in. So that's going to be a good thing, I think, when spring gets here. I think it's going to help.
Spring is here.
Oh, that's right. Time changed. It is spring, ain't it?
It's spring.
It feels like it's summer right now. It's hot. But I think it's going to help us out about holding the moisture, because I'm looking at the rows. They're doing a way better job than they were last year.
And the onions have perked up.
The onions perked up. We came in and put the nitrogen to them. Now they still don't look good, but they look better than they did. Let me say that. They look better than they did. So we're just kind of hoping and praying that from this point forward, maybe, if we can keep the weeds out of them, because they're so far behind, maybe we'll get some onions out of them before the weeds take them over. Peas are doing really good. Now we got to fertilize them, because when we planted them, we wasn't able to fertilize them when we planted them. But we're going to come back and we're going to put some triple 13 down beside them here, out away from them a little ways. On the other side, it won't be on this side, it'll be on the other side. Well, good morning, guys. We're back at Pecan Grove. Got everything up and going this morning. Got up at 40 degrees. Nice, cool morning. A lot of humidity this morning. Everything's soaking wet, which is good. Not complaining about that. Yesterday, we spent from early in the morning till about dinner getting all the rest of this trellis system up down through here for the English peas. By the time we hunted up everything on the property and found where it was at and got it all bent up posts, got them all straightened out and got them drove in the ground, we got it all, I think we pretty much got it ready for the English peas to run up. We were checking the Irish potatoes yesterday. They're all starting to pop up out of the ground, which is a good thing. And after dinner yesterday, we had a shipment of lumber that wasn't supposed to come in until today. Well, actually, it came in yesterday, and we stopped right in the middle of the day. Decided it was time to go to the pond because we had all the lumber to finish the pier on the pond with. So we spent yesterday afternoon, after lunch, finishing the pier on the pond. It's all ready to be fished off of. I mean, it's just, guys, it's so nice to have that pier finished down there. Now, we're going to go back and put a few benches on it and some stuff like that built in. But you can walk right up to it now and fish right in the water. We're excited about that. And then we got up this morning because what we planned on doing yesterday after lunch was come up here and fertilize the English peas. Well, with the lumber being delivered, that kind of went by the wayside. We wanted to kind of have a place to chill out a little bit, so that was the reason for doing that. So we came up this morning, we took the hoe and went down beside the English peas, hoed a furrow all the way down at 300-foot row, put 25 pounds of triple 13 on that 300-foot row down through there. Miss Wanda come back and covered it up. I went and hooked the tiller up on the tractor. I'm a little concerned about the soil being too wet, but you know what? It is perfect.
It's beautiful.
It is literally perfect for tilling right now. Now this is all chisel plowed. The whole thing was chisel plowed. I'm going to leave this chisel plowed right now because it's still catching water. We got a lot of rain coming this weekend. But now what I want to do is go get my cub, and I want to try to make some rows up, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to go ahead and fertilize them or not. I would like to, but the big question is, with all the rain we got coming Saturday, and tonight we got some coming, do I want to plant my sweet corn down in a water furrow? Because I always plant down in a furrow. To plant up on a hill on top of a mound in the deep south is asking for trouble. Because when it gets hot, it is hot. And when the wind comes down here, anything that's up on top of a mound, you can't throw any more dirt to it hardly, and it just blows over. So with all this rain coming, sweet corn is so bad about rotting in the soil. And I don't believe in putting treated seeds in the ground with fungicides and all that kind of stuff on, because I don't like doing that. I save my own seeds every year, and I save my sweet corn seed and everything. Now I have bought a few packs of Stoil Evergreen from like Walmart, and it's not treated or anything like that, to mix in with mine so that I keep a little fresh going along. And it not being treated, it is susceptible to rotting in the soil. So planting down in a water furrow, I'm taking a gamble because I only have so much seed of my own to plant. Because sweet corn is one of those kind of things, it's very difficult to save it and let it dry on a stalk without birds, coons, possums, weevils, whatever. It all will attack it. So I'm very cautious about what I do. Zip ties are like hay baling twine and duct tape. You just about can't live without them. What I like about it is I can just cut it and it comes right loose. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it at the right angle that it drops the fertilize just right. I think I'm trying to shoot it where it drops that fertilize right there, and then this half shovel throws some dirt over on top of it. Now I don't actually know if that's going to work until we try it. People are always asking us what brand we use. This is called Dynamic Plant Food. It just comes at our local co-op here. I mean, our feed store is not a co-op. I don't know if it don't really have a name other than Dynamic Plant Food. No company. Made in Kentwood, Louisiana. That's what it says here. Manufactured by and produced in Kentwood, Louisiana. So, all right, guys, we are not hooking up our corn planter on here because I'm very limited in the amount of seed that I have, and I'm going to be using the Hoss tool seeder that you push by hand so I can see the seeds falling out. I cannot afford to waste anything. I have planted with these planters before on these tractors and have big places in the rows where I don't have any corn and stuff like that, and I always have plenty of Danny corn to replant with if I have to. This I am very limited in. So this is going to be one of them trial and error things. I've got the fertilizer distributor set right beside, we call this a bull tongue in the South. I've got it set right beside it so that as the fertilizer falls out this half shovel, I'm going to see if it won't roll it over on it, because I don't want the corn seed, I don't want it right below it, so when the corn starts sprouting it grows right into that fertilizer, just in case it might burn it or something. I'd rather have it to the side. So that's where we're at. We're going to see. I don't know how about the setting yet. I'm going to have to watch it coming out the pipe. I may have to stop a time or two and do some more readjusting. That's the thing about one of these Cub farm-alls. Unless you've done it over and over and over, it's one of them things that it's trial and error till you get it right. like to leave no dirt on my stuff. I'll tell you something else about these Farmall Cubs, and this is all your Farmall tractors, not just the Cubs, it's all your Farmall. When you get these, now this is a number 16 for a Farmall Cub. The Super C's, Super A's, 140s are all a different size shaft on it there. First thing I did was, I mentioned this on JT West's channel the other night. The first thing I do, because lots of times I pick these things up used at antique places and all these right here. I take this bolt out right here. It's got a cotter key in the end of it. I take that cotter key out. I take that bolt out. Even if I strip it out and have to tear it up to get it out, I take it out and I go over here like this one. I went and bought me a new bolt and put in it. I drilled a hole in the end of it, put it back in there, put a cotter key in it, so I can adjust these, because these are the one thing that gets neglected. That's why you see me washing up in there. Dirt gets up in them and it rusts that bolt, and you cannot adjust your plows. That is one of the main things I do when I buy one of these things used. I just go ahead, even if I have to tear that bolt up to get it out. Just clean it. Because that is all your adjustment right there.